Howdy everyone. Well, good to see you all alive. I'm just going to have to part out this machine initially, get the hard drive out of it, stick it into the data recovery system just to see if it's running very slow. So 99% of the time these things run really slow simply because of the fact that the hard drives are dying in them. Right, yeah. So we'll just get it apart. Looks like we've got some liquid damage here. It's always fun. Suppose we better scan the job in. Come on. Today. Thank you. Okay. Yep, it's quite a different MacBook. It's almost like it's a non-MacBook. Okay. There's no... Sadly, yet another one that does not have an easy access to the hard drive. How utterly normal. Airbus Surge, Pepper, Grumpy Tech, Osis, Knoles, Jim, Cordoz, Sean, Solderbridge. I've probably missed a few people already. And Draco. Anyway. We won't really be needing to spend a lot of time on this machine, I hope. Like I said, it's more a case of get the drive out, you throw the drive into the recovery server. It then just backs up the whole drive. And if there's anything else that needs to be done, I can do it later. And yeah, it's interesting. First time I've actually seen them put a little mark here to indicate where the screw fit. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. The little plus there. Yep, that's it. It's like a warranty sticker or something. It's the first time I've ever seen one with that there. I guess all the other machines I've ever dealt with, they've already been popped. Oh, it looks like there's another one here. Well, that is interesting. Come on, how'd you come? Okay, you're gonna be... It's always fun working out whether you've got a bathtub model or not. And the answer is... Right. Not a bathtub model. Ah, there's more screws under here, I bet. I just realised. Under these... Tell me there's a screw under here. Yep. Of course there's a screw under there. Why wouldn't there be a screw under there? It's a Hewlett-Packard after all. Hello, Manikatan. Yeah, Grumpy Tech looks like I already found them before you got a chance. But yeah, it's entirely normal with these. What are you, like half a turnout? Whatever. Okay. Oh wow, that is a interesting hard drive. It's a rubberized hard drive set up there. Fan doesn't look too bad. Obviously we're going to, because this is just an overall service, we'll redo the thermal paste and things like that. Let's get the hard drive out. Nice. Well, it's a proper Toshiba one too. And this is a 1 terabyte. Alrighty then. 2498. Too many hard drives in this place, all too easy to lose them. Okay, and we just load it up into this caddy. Okay, and the caddy then goes into the recovery machine. And I power on the recovery machine. Hasn't booted yet. I don't bother keeping it powered on anymore. It used to be that I had enough jobs rolling in on a daily basis that I could just leave the recovery server on, but now I don't bother booting it until it has to come up. Oh, come on now. Boo. Come on, boot. It's getting there, it's getting there. Maybe it's not. It's the only downside with when you rely on powering up machines when you need them, is sometimes they don't power back up. What's going on here? There we go, we're alive. No, that's not going to be the right password. I've got a few packages that could be updated. Yeah, it's a headless machine. Okay. And we have... Wow, we do not have a lot of space left on the recovery drive. Okay. We'll get into screen first. And let's see what I can get rid of. That should do it. Don't bother with Wacom LAN on these. No, these are just little. These are just little J2000 or J3000 machines, so they're nothing significant. Okay. So this is 2490. come on. Okay, so it's on SDC. No ticketing system? Yeah, I've got a ticketing system. That's what I use all over the place. Hey, full wave. Hey, wow, it's been a while since I've seen you, full wave. I'm kind of beating up the poor old hard drive because I'm deleting and saving concurrently. So the speed rate should pick up later. Unless, of course, we start hitting bad sectors straight away. Oh well, anyway, leave it at that and we get on with the next job. We'll check back in on that before. DD Rescue just makes a byte for byte. It's basically it's a cloning system. There's no meddling with the data at all or anything like that. It's a very nice free system and I've been using it for many, many years. I know there are other options available, like Super DD Rescue or something like that, but I'm perfectly happy with DD Rescue. And I've spent a moderate amount of money helping them, just because it's, you know, a nice piece of software. Yeah, it's DD optimized for data recovery. And it has a lot of nice things like if, say, the drive disappears, then you can work out what happened and then restart the drive and continue on from where you were, all that sort of stuff. So it's very handy. It's still deleting files. Okay. Alright, that's one part done. Now let's get to this MacBook that I've got to deal with. One of them. Alright, ticket in. 24. Come on. Thank you. One of these jobs where it's got too much personal information on the top. Now I have to cover it over. Oh yes, that's right. Time zones will be switching over soon for poor people who are stuck with the antiquated notion of changing times twice a year. You have my sympathies. Alright. It's nice up here, we don't have to change our clocks at all. Let's just carry on with one thing. Okay. Right. Normally I strike that stuff out, but clearly I didn't this time. So what's the issue? Screen backlight seems to not display, seems to have boot loop, customer has it in his carry-on bag, and I think liquid damage got into it. That's a very classic sort of story, isn't it? Okay, one of the things one of the issues is probably going to be that the lid angle sensor is stuffed, but then there's probably more issues than that, particularly if it's getting into a boot loop. But we'll see. It could be a misinterpretation of what is actually happening, and it's only the lid sensor. I can only hope it's only the lid sensor, because then that's a perfectly good job to work on. If it's something else, then we've got problems. I can't solve it in 5 minutes using a thermal camera. I will just say it's a no fix and collect my $100. Okay, somebody's clearly been in here. And somebody has already effed around in here. Why don't these people tell me this? Ah. No one's touched it. Hello, lying little SOBs. I mean, look at this. The PMIC area is all completely... What have they done? Oh my goodness. It's a Lewis Rossman wet dream down there with all that flux. Look at that really shitty soldering, and is that... It's not even sitting properly on the pad. Now, they've probably buggered this. Oh, wow, yay. Let's not even get the screws rightly matched. Oh my god, who are these people that do these jobs? I mean, seriously, what are you people doing? Are you technicians or are you clowns? Stop screwing with stuff unless you're going to, do it right. Goddamn clowns. The amount of people that lose their data or their machines because of clowns is terrifying. That's why you should never take your laptop to a circus. Those clowns will get you every time. So now I'm probably going to have to fight against whatever they did to fix it, or tried to fix it. And it's probably like a few of the other machines in the workshop at the moment where someone else has lightly touched it with a sledgehammer. Oh, that wasn't even in. And yeah, but that's missing because this is where it is. It's like, hello, keep your screws in a container so you know where they go. Idiots. I'm getting frustrated with it. It's, too many people putting their fingers into stuff that they shouldn't. Or worse, it's just a case of too many people think they can put their fingers into stuff it up far more than what they should, as opposed to just backing out and saying, you know what, maybe this one's a little bit too far for me to deal with. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to let someone else who knows what they're doing deal with it. Because there are plenty of jobs that I get in and I don't know how to fix them, like iPhone jobs and things like that, and I send them off to the people who do know how to fix them. Don't be a freaking hero. As they say in Serenity, a hero is someone who gets other people killed. That's pretty much the truth. Hey Maroto. Oh, Craig, you too, eh? iPhone 11 previous tech had damaged everything. Ah, yeah. So there's a few things I will fix on iPhones, but once you start getting to the point where you have to, like if say a 12 or something more recent, and the sandwich separation process beyond the 11 obviously is a little more complicated, a little more strict with its with its temperatures. So don't stuff with it if you haven't done it before or you haven't got experience with it. Send it to someone who does. You know Serenity Firefly is based on a game of Traveller? No, I didn't know that. I don't tend to dig too much into the background of a lot of these things. I just sort of watch the series or the show. What the hell? They didn't even... Did they? Oh, they did, yeah. I was going to say, surely they didn't try to do this work with the board in... That would have just been the cherry on the top. It's funny, they were conscious enough to put the stickers back, but they stuffed up everything else. It's like, oh, bravo! Well done. Leave it alone in the future. Hey, Mr. Paul Howe. Welcome to another day. Good morning to you. Okay, what are you guys... They've mixed up the screws. They've got a frickin' F-wits. Absolute F-wits. That one belongs there. And... Yeah. So they had the wrong screw swapped around. And stuff like that is not even... It's not even a technical skill thing. It's just a basic workshop... what do you call it? Not etiquette. Basic workshop... Good... I can't think of the word. Good habits. You know, don't mix up the screws. Don't break things you can't fix. All that sort of stuff. You would have thought people would learn not to mix screws up after the iPhone 6 long screw damage fiascos. Workmanship, yes, thanks. Clearly my brain does not have good workmanship for remembering words. Standard operating procedures, there you go, there's another thing, yeah. Stuff like that, yeah, it's just rudimentary things that you should already well and truly have in your mental toolbox before you partake in customers' gear. I'm impressed that they didn't destroy the board getting it out, so at least that's a start. But yeah, this makes what could have been maybe a half-hour job turn into a many-hour job. Judging by the corrosion up here, it's really interesting corrosion. What's going on down there? Yeah, weird stuff's been happening. Okay, before I look at that, I want to look at the lid angle sensor because it's going to crack me up if they miss that entirely. I can't imagine they did. Surely they're not that obtuse. But it would be funny. Amazingly, unless they've swapped it. Oh, that looks perfect. Ish. Bit of a dent in it, but nothing bad. Yeah, normally lid angle sensor, when it comes to liquid damage, is like the big thing. The rest of the logic board can look perfectly fine, but the lid angle sensor will have an absolute disaster on it. And it's great when you get those jobs, because a lot of the time you can repair the lid angle sensor. You don't have to go and get a replacement and try and, remap it or anything like that. You can just clean it up, reconnect the wires, the traces that are missing, and usually you're good to go. But in this case, that was not to be. So, looks like we are indeed looking at a board fault. And what a board. See, the trouble is, they've meddled with the PMIC, for right or wrong. They've meddled with it, and now we don't even know what might be going on down here. And they've meddled with over here. Why have they meddled? Why is there flux? Oh, what the? Yeah. Well, let's just smear flux everywhere and reflow everything. What the frick? you know, realistically at this point, I should just sort of close it up and say, I'll take that $75, please. Okay, so there's liquid damage down here, which most likely means that one of these amps is going to be the problem. Okay, so they've injected power, looking for a fault. It's the only reason why you'd have a big blob of solder on a rail like that. Okay, you've gone and you've injected power, chasing a short. What's with the flux? Why? What sort of mental issue do you have, leaving all this flux everywhere? Okay, no, that's not. That's just protective underfill. It looks like flux initially, but then your brain switches over and goes, "Oh, that's right, yeah, underfill." They obviously had sufficient problems with those Thunderbolt ROMs that they've went, right, that's it, we're going to start underfilling them. Is that a bit of... No, it's just a bit of salt. So I don't even know what I'm dealing with here. This is the problem. So. Hey there, Coda. I'm gonna... Usually there can be liquid damage under here. Under here. We'll lift it up. But yeah, I'd say pretty good chance that one of those speaker amps is a culprit. I just don't know why they had to leave all the flux everywhere. I mean, really, what's the reasoning behind that? Other than that you're a lazy SOB who's a slob who can't be bothered cleaning up after yourself? I'm probably making someone cry right now. And quite honestly, they deserve it. Yeah, you don't go offering professional services and deliver this sort of crap. I mean, the amount of flux all over this here, it's... What the hell? I'm guessing they were doing a flux and boil. But you gotta clean it up. You've gotta clean it up afterwards. Otherwise, that flux, depending on your brand and everything like that, it will gather up moisture and junk and it will start to become conductive over time. And you will start getting weird behaviors. Yeah, flux fixes things kind of like washing people underwater. At some point though, you got to let them come back up. Alright, I need to see what the behavior is first before I go any further. So we're going to get our MagSafe 3 cable. That will allow us to boot. And... although frustratingly, they've got flux all over the MagSafe 3 port too. It's like, for flux sake. Precisely, Tom Morgan, yes. Okay, so that's MagSafe 3. And we will put a USB-C here. The reason why I'm putting a USB-C on there is so that I can then monitor its activity with a chipmunk. $300, $400, 20 volts. Ooh, straight back to... Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, she comes up momentarily with 20 volts and then crashes out. And it's affecting the MagSafe. So we'll let that run. We'll put the infrared on it and see what the infrared spots as cooking up. And like I said, I will not be overly surprised if it's one of the speaker amps. I'm kind of hoping it will be, in fact. So where are they? They're there and there. So we'll have a look. That's the worst thing. This flux doesn't seem to have a nice pine smell, so it's not nice flux. Instead, it's just gnarly flux. It's probably Vaseline for all I know. Dun, 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 dun. Whoops. Schematics. Alright, so we got PMIC area warming up slightly. Yeah, flux is meant to be rosin, but what it's meant to be and what it is aren't always the same thing. Cheap flux is very frequently more closely related to Vaseline. There's enough of a spike going on there that I might be able to, but yeah, that PMIC area is bothering me. Oh, I've got Tim Herman's flux these days, the new one. I quite like it. It's nice. It's very legitimate pine rosin type sort of thing. Actually, it's the turpentine in it that makes it smell that way. Yeah, good old rosin's very nice. Okay, well, we definitely got that chap there, which I think is 3V8 firing up, but that PMIC looks like it's in trouble. It's interesting, it is heating up during the 5-volt phase. Oh, was Tim Herman just here before, was he? Alright, here's an interesting one. I don't know if this is something to take note of or not, but around about here we've got a warm spot developing. I swear we got caught out of that before. It feels like things are almost starting up, but then they're getting shut down for some reason. Looks like they've been sniffing around under there too. This is a 2442, so this will be a 2098 board. Yeah, they've definitely been up there. There's no way I could normally rip those off that easy. Well, the P... Oh, I just saw something. Did you guys see that? Just watch that up there. Come on, show it. Yeah, for a real split second, we get a very hot spot just here. And that's when it hits the 20 volts. Okay, alright, we've got something to chase now. This is why you don't go just chasing the first thing that looks hot. You should learn that by the time you're past your teenage years. Okay, so what's getting hot down here? They have been in here. You can see the probe marks. They've been like sticking their multimeter probe in here, and they've probably been looking for the same sort of thing. Let's see if we can find what they were looking for. 143, 30, that's reasonable. I'm pretty sure for these rails. Alright, so it seemed to come around here. So we'll have a look on the schematic and board view and see what rails are doing. We also need to check 3V8A on, although it must be getting that if we're getting somewhere. 48. Yeah, I'm not sure whether that's right or not. Good on you, Paul. All talk, no brains. Great. We've got a 2100 board. That's completely not useful to me right now. But yeah, I mean, really, why couldn't you get the inductors to sit straight? How do you know that inductor's not half off the pad and stuff like that? Yuck. Okay, 2098 we need. Once again, I've got to rebuild my flex board view because I've been doing a whole bunch of updates. The other possibility is there's a supporting cap that's under here that's shorted. And it looks like someone's been screwing around with a lot of flux here. Reflow. No thanks. Yeah. The other problem with leaving the flux on the board, of course, is that it attracts all the trash. What? Where the hell's my 2098? Okay, so what have we got around here? 3v8, yeah, okay. It's most likely one of our big issues. Let's see, this will be the current sense version. I can't believe I don't have a diode mode value for that. I feel like I've disappointed myself there severely. I should have, but I don't know what I've done. Or maybe I should just check. Let's see, board, preferences, search, download data. Yeah, there we are, we do. And we should be looking at 0.36 diode mode value. Sometimes helps to check things, Paul. So 0.36 diode. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, we're rather short on the 3v8. So that should be 0.36 and we're 0.04, so we're a magnitude down. I will double check that though. Yeah, 0.36. So basically any of the 3v8s on these inductors should be 0.36. So like here, that should be 0.36. That's why before I commented and said this seemed a little low. I mean 3v8 used pretty heavily, but yeah, 0.04, that's way too low. Alright, so we've got a 3v8 issue. Or at least that's our first problem. Believe me, we've got plenty more. And as you can see, this is the cap that the person put the injection onto. So we're going to do the same and see if we can do better. Yep, there's our 3v8 cap. Manikatana, that's probably, like I said, I'm almost certain it's going to be one of those speaker amps, amongst other things. Come on, that was the other soldering iron tip that beeped. Obviously the micro pencil heats up a hell of a lot faster. Speaking of micro, we've got 1 minute to go for insulin. Okay. Just want to see what the actual resistance value is. So this is why it would have been difficult for them. We're talking 50 ohms resistance. Now, if you know your P equals IR and all that sort of stuff, I squared R, you'll know that trying to get heat to show up on a 50 ohm short is very difficult. 50 ohms, that doesn't give you a lot at all. So we basically can put 3.8 into this. We'll start at 1, see how it behaves, but even at 3.8, we're going to be very lucky to get 50 milliwatts. Hopefully we can get 100 milliwatts. But yeah, I'm not so confident about that. Oh, g'day old mate. Let's see, what do I want? What do you mean you don't want to run the power supply? Oh, come on. Why are you doing this today? Alright, seems like the power supply meter doesn't want to play ball tonight. So you're just going to have to trust me. I wouldn't normally do that, but yeah. Okay, so here we go. 36 milliwatts at 1 volt, 1.2. 2.5. Okay, we'll actually back that down. Okay, at 2 volts, we've got 100 milliwatts. We might just be able to find that. I'm going to go do some stabbing, and I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, looks like we're back. Let's get some fresh gloves on. Now, given that this person was hunting for a short, I hope that they didn't overvolt it, trying to get enough of a heat signature defined. Hope they didn't go, well, I think we'll push beyond 3.8. I don't think they have. But given the rest of the state of the board, I'm kind of a little worried too. Okay, power on. Oh, Mr. Daniels accidentally knocked it. That was scary. Could have been quite bad. Alright, let's see if we can find this thing. It's not easy amongst all the reflections. I may have to blanket this. Yeah, because we're being inundated by the reflections. Okay, let's try the other side. Kind of looks like it could be the PMIC itself there. Let's see, power off. And yep, alrighty. Crap, it's not what we wanted. And the question is it the PMIC or is it a cat beside the PMIC? And to determine that, we will use the IPA test. We'll get it drunk and see which one throws up. God damn, right in the middle. I don't like people. Okay, what do we got? Hey, Scratcho. Yeah, so if that's heating up, it's not great. What have we got around it? Buck LX5, SPU, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Prater, yeah, I mean, just from the flux alone, you can tell that someone has been messing with this one. There's been a little bit too much messing around with this one. Problematically so. You know what, I just realised, I don't think that PMAC's even sitting on straight. That really looks like Vaseline. Probably wrong, but it just kind of feels like this corner is up higher than that one, but it could be just an optical illusion. Ah, sorry. There we go. Right. It's a bit hard to tell. I don't even know if I've got a stencil for this one, that's the trouble. There's nothing subtle about this PMIC either. I wonder if that's all they did. I wonder if that's, yeah, they just went along and decided, oh, we'll reflow it, and left it at that. There's a lot of things I don't like here. Yeah, I don't even know if I've got a donor for this one. What is this? Schematics. I would say that this really isn't worth me doing anything with, to be honest. There's just too much molestation on the board. MKV plus... Hey, Ryan Labs. Oops. Yeah, trying to find a suitable donor for this is not going to be cheap. So at the very least I would say, well, you've now got a non-refundable cost of, I'm going to say, definitely $200 at the very least, plus the cost of whatever it costs me to get a replacement PMIC. Hey Jamelin, good morning. Okay, I think I'm searching in the wrong folder for a start. That's a bad idea. Yeah, I've definitely got the wrong folder. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think. I can try and straighten things up, if nothing else, just for this first pass. But if I lift that PMIC up, then it's going to very quickly fall into the you touched it, you own it type situation. Yeah, they got way too much solder under those inductors. Sorry folks. God damn it, come on. Lights. It's only gotten worse. It was 0.04 before, now it's 0.02, but that's usually because when you get silicon hot, it tends to drop that diode mode value. Beep, come on. Really? Really? What am I, J5 cents? Predator, no, it's nothing like that. It's just a case of I just stripped all mods. I stripped all mods and then slowly I've been putting back because there was a bunch of unwanted mods and amongst it, and I didn't know which they were, so it was easy for me to just start from scratch. Ah. 18 of you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna check back. I'm gonna check back with the sender of this and say, hey, it's been seriously messed with, and it's going to cost you quite a bit more for me to continue on, because I don't want to waste all my time on a job that's probably going to be non-fixable. Alright, I just want to have a quick look at this one. This one's been in the workshop a little too long now. I've been holding off because I don't think I've got a board view or schematic for this one. This is a 3115, which is, you know, nice little air, or whatever they are. And unfortunately this one's liquid damage, so I'm sort of off to a bad start already with it. This is going to be a little bit of a exploratory slash, yeah, whatever. Most likely I'm going to guess that the camera connector has taken a hit. Hey, Warren Stamps. I should have the scams. Can't speak. Sean Conroy. Okay. I'm sure I will have them somewhere. I've just never looked for them. I guess I'm a little bit jaded at the lack of schematics for some things at the moment. I couldn't find the ones for the MacBook M1 Air. First thing to do with these itty bitty annoying pain in the backside glorified iPads is definitely disconnect their battery. I mean, so many people who have meddled with these and they forget to disconnect this battery and it ends up destroying their display. Yeah, I can see the display's already got liquid damage in it. It's a goner, mate. Here, let me use a nice metal spudger and get that out. Wow. You call yourself a spudger? It's failure. There we go. Your brother was vastly more appropriate. So yeah, we'll check the display. I got a feeling someone's already done this, but I can already see there's rust on those screws. Let's see. Amazing, that's not. Double amazing, that's not. Wow. Okay, I am genuinely amazed. Normally, liquid comes anywhere near these machines. Camera port is almost always the one that takes that hit. Alright, so we've got a little bit more of a complicated process potentially. I do find these machines incredibly annoying to work on. Just the very shallow head T4s, it's just infuriating. I think tonight's stream's going to be referred to as the whine and complain stream, so people should send me some cheese to go with the wine. Someone been here? No. So the usual stream. Nice one, Tom. Nice. Kick a man while he's still down. Good job. Guess we're just upholding standards doing that. And I hate the fact that a lot of the times just trying to get these screws out is a pain. Yeah, they've got a very narrow aperture for you to draw them up through. So if you're even slightly wrong, they're all like, yeah, it's over. Where the hell's my knife? Hey Slime, thanks for the 5. There'll probably be Milo if anyone's calling me. Micro doesn't usually call me. Micro will yowl with his mouse, but he doesn't actually call me. He just yowls. Sometimes he's just yowling because he's playing with his mouse, throwing it around and preening it. And other times he's yowling because he wants your attention, like as in somebody's attention. He's like, somebody take notice of me. You can tell the difference between the yowls. Yeah, I really do not like doing these machines because it just takes forever. You got to take speakers out, and it's just like, yeah. Although I don't know about this particular one. Maybe I don't have to on this one. I've never done a 3113. I've done the 2681s and I've done the... Oh, there. Look at that. And that is the on-off button, folks. I wonder if that's all that's wrong with it. Yeah, I wonder if that power button might be all that's wrong. I'll be delighted if it is. Make up for that other machine. Yeah, that's a very messed up on-off button. A bit of extra damage down there. Choices! I've already disassembled 90% of it. And naturally it's like the last thing I bothered to look at. Okay, I am going to risk it and see if we can get a boot. Come on, give us some boots. Boots will then come after me if I say that. If you're like, using my term. Everybody's hogging all the terms around here now. You can't say anything anymore. Okay, so here we go. Not looking very helpful, is it? Hopeful. Okay, we don't have a battery connected. Maybe that's our problem. Like I said, folks, this is a bit of an exploratory one because we have not done a 3113 before. So I don't know the behaviours one way or the other. Okay, it doesn't look good. We're not even negotiating. We'll try USB-C, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be the same. Yeah, likewise, no negotiation. Just gecko larves. Alright. So let's get back to... What the hell? Thank you. Back to disassembling everything. Back to school. And who the hell at Apple invented this little trapdoor piece of agony? Oh, right. Well, at least we didn't have to take the speakers out. It's a nice change. Although we still got to take that top shell off. I hate that. I hate the fact that you basically have to break the CPU seal. I'm sure there's Apple engineers out there just laughing whenever they see these videos. And they're all like, ha ha ha, sucks to be you. What the hell was that?
That was just me.
Hey.
He just had to see you.
Oh no.
He's been sucking at your door.
Yeah, someone commented they could hear him and I couldn't. Oh Mo. Yeah, we'll be finished soon. Yo. Oh, buddy. He's like, it's past the time we normally finish. He's a very needy little boy. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, one long edge under here is really nice. I wish they had this more on the other boards. Makes it much easier to at least get things started. But I'm still cautious. This is my first time. Normally I find I have to sort of wiggle it back and forth, like apply pressure, like lateral pressure. Until it just goes snap, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay, there's big fat gobs of liquid damage in there. That's right, old mate. Yep, we'll have our first time somewhere. I'd say that's pretty conclusively fire trucked. Unless they're both... Actually, they both might be speaker amps. In fact, I think they are. Goddamn speaker amps, eh? They get taken out by everything. They may as well give speaker amps red shirts, honestly. That's not going to be a good one. That's bad news. Mo! Yeah, I know, buddy, but I'm almost finished. You big whiny pants. Okay, pink dotting time. I'd say this one is pretty likely to be dead. Yeah, so look at all that. And that, and that, and that, and oh, and that's fried its guts. No, 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 no. No, that's a big no. Maybe if this was data recovery, maybe. But realistic to clean this up, you pretty much have to start by taking that shield off, this outer perimeter shield, because otherwise you're just not going to get to the edges where you need to. So I'd say whatever liquid was in there, it has just wicked its way around the perimeter and done all the damage. So that's a lot of damage there. And yeah, I could try and scrub it through, but what makes it bad is that it has hit one of the USB-C type ports, which means most likely this isn't going to really be too easily recovered. It's a donor board, yeah, if that. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to let my inner NRF come out and say no fix. Just put that back on there because I don't want components being damaged while I've got it in storage. Yeah. Yep. But at least it was nice for me to get to take a 3113 apart, finally. Nice to see that it didn't need the speaker removals or anything like that. Wow. Really, that was a crappy night, wasn't it? We didn't get anything done. Oh well, it happens like that sometimes. I'm going to go back to programming because at least I'm okay at that. And yeah, tomorrow I'll just email these people and say, what do you want to do? And most people will just simply go, oh, write it off, you know, and they'll take the loss of money and data. Because realistically, recovering like that, that's going to cost you quite a few hundred at least. I know some people say, but it's a fixed fee that you charge for repairs. And it's like, yeah, it's a fixed fee if it's actually repairable within a normal sort of... it's kind of like if you took your car to the garage and say you've got... Say your bottom end bearings are worn out, fine, okay, you know it's going to cost you a fair bit. But if you take your car to the garage and it's already been crushed in a compactor and you want it fixed, then they're going to say, well, you know, that's not really possible. So it's the severity situation, and this is kind of like a little bit over the threshold. So anyway, I am done for tonight. Thank you all for watching once more. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video whenever that may be. Until then, you all take care, and I'll catch you later.